Hey everyone, I shall call her Mary Jane, the queen of ladybugs. If you'd like to see how I created this, keep on watching. I'm starting off with these red and black lenses. This is how I put them in. I'm not an expert. I'm not great at it, but it works for me. I'm using a black eyeshadow to just do my normal brow routine here, just fill them in a little bit. Cleaning up under the brows a little bit with some concealer, just carving them out, making them look a little bit cleaner. This is the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and as usual I didn't have an exact direction on where I was going. I just knew the general colors, so I wanted to work with greens and light greens and different shades of greens. So I'm just packing on a darker green on the lid and under, blending in a lighter green above that, but then I notice this patchiness with the eyeshadow. It could be my fault. I didn't put an eyeshadow base or primer on there. I was just trying to take shortcuts, so it may not be the eyeshadow's fault. Instead, I grabbed some Makeup Geek shadows and just kind of pack that on top of there and just fill in it worked out pretty well. Okay, here I go with the line work. First, I am grabbing a water-activated body paint. This is Beach Berry by Mayron. Just a regular wing shape, and I knew I wanted to, cut the crease a little bit with it in a graphic liner sort of way. I'm using an extremely small paintbrush here, and I'm just taking my time. This is not sped up. I'm just showing you exactly how I did it. Just small strokes, really carefully, and kind of scary because the red paint is really difficult to remove without staining and smearing everywhere. So I basically had one shot to do it, otherwise the whole shadow and everything would have to be redone. So I just take my time, really small strokes, steady hand. Resting your elbow on a table or something is a really helpful way to be a little bit more steady. Now for the other side. I start in the opposite direction just to try to map out the shape to mimic the shape of the other eye. I'm not gonna lie, this is really super hard. Like, I don't know. I'm not the best at it, especially with doing red paint directly over a finished eyeshadow, but I did my best and it turned out, it worked out pretty good. I'm looking in the monitor, I see it looks pretty even. It makes me happy. So here we are sped up, me just trying to make them more even, checking each side, just trying to do the best I can with making them as even as possible. And if we could go with the idea of eyebrows, they are sisters, not twins. Does that work? It's so hard. Okay, I just cut up some cheap lashes I got off Amazon, putting them on the bottom lash line, kind of piecey, and then taking a whole lash and just applying it regularly. Taking a black water activated paint, or you could use liquid eyeliner, I just am creating some controlled chaos as far as dots and circles and perfect circles and imperfect circles. I'm trying to mimic the ladybug pattern with their little dots and stuff like that. So just on the inner part right here, I'm dotting it over, making circles, just whatever I see fit, asymmetrical and abstract. Also, the little tiny dots inside the graphic liner, you can see my paintbrush is quite tiny, which helps. Here in the state of California in the US, marijuana is not only legal to use medically, but it is also legal to use recreationally. So there's not much of a taboo of it here. And so I'm just using the foliage. I'm not using any of the flowers or anything like that. So I'm using fresh cannabis leaves and ladybugs. The reason why I chose ladybugs and cannabis is because ladybugs are a super organic way to control pests on your cannabis crop. They love to eat those spider mites that can really control and take over your whole garden. And there we have it, the finished look. Mary Jane, isn't she cute? Super wearable as usual. Love you guys, thanks for watching.